Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Even though Ultimate TOTS isn't until this Friday at FC25, the market is in panic mode a full 5 days beforehand right now. But we called this. We knew this was going to happen, and be warned, it's not done yet. Prices are probably going to keep dropping throughout the rest of this week, but that is not all. Our UCL team of players, the full PSG squad, is out in packs, and we have a new upgrade pack today, potentially giving us a slightly better chance of packing these cards. We're going to talk about that, the new player picks coming today, and we finally know the Icon SBC that is going to be the first Icon SBC we've had in ages on FC25. Let's talk about all that and more in today's video. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Now let's start things off by looking over yesterday's Sunday content, where EA did a lot of little things right to actually make it kind of a good day of content. I'll talk more about why in a second, but one of the first parts of that is the fact that this Ivan Toney SBC might be the best budget striker in the game. Guys, look at those playstyle pluses. It doesn't get any better than that for a striker. Rapid, low driven, and finesse plus with 95 shooting, 94 dribbling. He doesn't have the 5-star skill moves. That's the only thing, in my opinion, that this card is missing. He's got the 5-star weak foot, though. He's got the great playstyle pluses, the great stats, 99 jumping, 98 heading, 97 finishing, and 99 penalties with great dribbling stats as well. And great play styles. The base play styles, even chip shot is nice to have in a base. Power shot, he's got the first touch, the trickster, the Trivella, even has the aerial and the power header. If you send in a cross, he can score a header as well. And guys, he's got advanced forward plus plus, target forward and poacher plus plus, and the dude is an 84 and an 85 rated squad. Like, come on. That is a incredibly cheap SBC for a very good card. No wonder he's 87% upvoted. Who cares that he's probably not as good as the rest of the strikers that we might have in our team? If you're playing this game on a lower budget, or you're just starting a new RTG for the summer or something like that, like, this is a awesome card and continues the trend of Saudi League and MLS TOTS player SBCs being absolutely, like, cheap. Like, on the floor, as cheap as they can get price. So that's an insane card for the price, in my opinion, literally for free. With that fodder, we can all get it from the daily upgrade SBCs. I like that one. GG's EA Sports. Now, we had another icon pick released yesterday. Of course, we already have the 93 plus. It is out in game. That's the one that I'm enjoying crafting towards at the moment. It feels like it's a worthy place to put all my high rated fodder in. The 91 plus pick does not include Immortals. This is the new one that was dropped yesterday, but it does include some of the Dream Chasers. It includes Team of the Year's Future Stars, Grassroots, and Foot Birthday. So there's still some good players you can get into this. The draw to this is it's a lot cheaper. It's only 4 squads and 200,000 coins worth of value, but here's the interesting part. It requires exactly 87, 8 of them, and exactly 88, 8 of those as well, squads, along with an 88 regular squad and an 89 regular squad. You might be like, Nate, are 87s and 88s going up like the 86s did because of the 1 of 15 encore pick? Nope. 87s and 88s are still minimum price. Why is that? The 91 plus icon pick that just came out is unlimited repeatable like the encore pick. Well, there's way more hype for this encore pick because it's a 1 of 15. We've talked about this already. People that are chasing cards that they haven't been able to buy off the market because they're extinct for evolutions. There's way more hype with that than there is for a second tier icon player pick. That's the reason why 87s and 88s have not gone up. Could they go up a little bit? Potentially, but I wouldn't bank on it. I wouldn't really invest in that, in my opinion. EA is still trying to get these fodder cards off the floor, and this is their way to do it. They stopped doing this for a little bit with the 89s and the 90s. It looked like they were going to be done doing it. They're not. They're trying to get these fodder prices off the floor. EA just drop exchanges. That'll fix the problem, but yet they still do not do that. So that's kind of the situation there with the 91 mixed icon pick. Actually, since we're here talking about fodder, let me just throw this out there. How are 95 Quintero and Forsberg under or at 20,000 coins when the rest of the 95 rated TOTS cards are 25 and 26K? And if you actually zoom in on 95 rated team of the season cards, none of them have been below 20 3,000 coins when they've been in packs. Like Boscagli, we were looking at him. He was expensive when he was out, at least right away. This Van Aken card was as low as 22,000 coins, now up to 35,000 coins. Letizier is another cheap. 95 was never below 27k. Pop, Boole, Schick were never below 23,000 coins. I think Quintero and Forsberg at that price, or if Ricky Puig, if he gets down to 20,000 coins, that is a must buy club stock. Not like go crazy, buy 100 or 200 of them, but just buy one, put in the transfer list, put in the club for whatever budget you're on, and hopefully those higher rated TOTS cards can eventually start to move up. Sure, we have Ultimate TOTS coming, and we're going to talk about it today, but that seems like kind of a no-brainer investment for me. Now, let's go through the rest of yesterday's content, the little things, right, that made it a pretty good day. We go to objectives. We have not one, but 2 cups. We have the Saudi Cup and the MLS Cup. And guys, before we get into the rewards, this is only 5 wins, play 5 and win 5 for each mode. You get a TOTS upgrade for each one of these. The MLS Cup here, you get a 5-5 boost and a max 94 overall TOTS card, being able to be boosted up to a 95. Again, the evolution glitch does not work anymore. EA fixed the cosmetics that were allowing that glitch to happen. But again, here in the Saudi Cup, you get the exact same thing. +1 boost, 5-star, 5-star for a max 94 team of the season card. You get John Duran for playing 5. That's actually not a bad card for the Saudi Cup. And for the MLS Cup, you get Acosta. Not a bad card either. Some packs inside of this, and the game mode is Golden Goal. You absolutely love to see it. It's unlimited games. It says 20 matches remaining, but in this Golden Goal mode, what they do is they give you 20 matches per hour, so you don't get gameplay banned if you're just playing this game, and if you lose a lot, you know you're not going to get gameplay banned. It's not going to shadow ban you. So it's 20 games per hour, but it refreshes every hour. So it's basically unlimited games. For the MLS Cup, you do have to use a couple of specific players. You have to use 2 Portuguese players, and for the Saudi Cup, actually, it's backwards. For the MLS Cup, you have to use 2 Argentines and 2 MLS. For the Saudi Cup, you play 2 Saudi players and 2 Portugal, and you match up together. See how it says versus the TOTS MLS Cup? So if you're playing with the Portuguese and Saudi League players, you're going to play against the players that are using the MLS and the Argentinian cards. But it's the rewards here, guys. I know this is a small dub, but it's a dub. You actually get those good players in packs that we just looked at, but you get a loan version of the most expensive TOTS cards in this game. Cristiano Ronaldo, 6 million coins. Lionel Messi, 7 million coins. I know they're 5-game loans, but who cares? EA is literally giving out 13 million coins worth of Team of the Season cards right here for you and I, for all of us to try. I haven't finished my Weekend League games yet. Am I going to try out these cards? Abso-freaking-lutely, I'm going to try them out for a couple games in Weekend League. You bet. Just make sure you don't use all your games with these cards, because you can then use the Messi and Ronaldo in friendlies for the rest of the year, and it won't count for their games played. So use them in a couple of games, right? 4 games. Leave that last loan game on the card. That's kind of the tip and the trick always with loan cards, but that's pretty incredible. I know they're loans. It's not like they're giving you the actual card. That'd be way too good, of course, but that's cool that we at least get a taste and get an opportunity to use the most elite cards, the GOATs of football, that are as a part of this team this season. So I actually love that. GG's EA. That was one of the little bits of content yesterday that I thought was pretty good. Now, to evolutions, to wrap it all up from yesterday's content, before we get into what's in packs, we have a new center attack and mid Evo, LP Bay. This actually gives some really good boosts to dribbling and to passing. You get up to 94 dribble and 94 passing. You don't get that big of a pace boost or shooting boost, but it's meant for an ultra creative center attacking mid. And you know what? Mr. Maradona does fit really well into this one. 96 dribble for the right wing version that I have here, up to 94 passing. He gets the Tiki Taka Plus. This is a good Evo. It does give kind of a sneaky boost here to some of the certain statistics. It gives 99 ball control and 99 composure. And I think that might go a little unnoticed on some of these cards. Actually, this Baby Zola looks pretty good in this one. If you take a look at Footbin, there's some Neymar. There's, of course, the Zico. This was the Cam Evo that was leaked with Zico as kind of the main player that fit into it. So it's a decent Evo. It's only 50,000 coins. I do wish that the pace and the shooting was maybe a little bit more, because I'd like my center attack and mid to also be able to hit some goals and maybe have a little bit of pace at least. But It's not a bad Evo for 50,000 coins right there. So that was the content from yesterday, and it leads us to the team that was released. Of course, the UCL squad, the full release of the PSG players. They are out and they are in packs, and as expected, they are pretty difficult to pack. But the cards are lovely. EA did a very nice job of boosting these cards, in my opinion, and some of the stats. But here's the thing. I know I already said that they're hard to pack. They are really expensive. This is the prime example number one. This 96 Kvaratskhelia, of course, 96 Kvaratskhelia Fantasy FC card is 96 rated and has 299 stats in game. This version is 2.3 million coins, and his 96 rated fantasy card, of course, is only 900k. I mean, they're the same rating. Sure, this one's got better playstyle pluses, but this one's also 5.5 and has 2 stats that are 99, a little bit lower in the shooting and the passing and the physical, like literally 1 stat lower. But is it really worth that big of a price difference to be 1.3 million coins more? Just for the playstyle pluses? I don't know. That's for you to decide, I guess. But this team, they did give him some solid boosts, but they're expensive, man. Like, look at this Vitinha, right? He's got a 95 rated TOTS card that's got a 4-star skill moves, maybe a little bit worse playstyle pluses, and of course, -1s and 2s on the card. But 200k versus 1.3 mil. My goodness, these cards are just like the Prem Chelsea cards and the Spurs cards being very, very expensive. We talked about like the Pacho specifically. Look at his price. This TOTS Pacho was under 700,000 coins when PSG was winning the UCL. I even tweeted about that these cards were crashing. The TOTS PSG cards were crashing because people were like, oh my goodness, they're going to get the full squad of players. And now look, these cards, as expected, are very, very expensive. I do believe that some of these are going to drop in price, and they are going to drop, and that means they're going to become a little bit cheaper and more affordable for people. And sure, that's good. And it's nice that we're going to be able to hopefully get them for a little bit cheaper of a price. But there's a lot of hype for these cards as well because it's the full PSG winners team. Hakimi got his card. I actually was able to trade with one of him yesterday. Bought him for 1.85, sold him for 2.13. It was a nice little 170,000 coin flip in a couple of minutes because these cards are super duper rare. I would expect them to drop today, as I was already kind of mentioning, and that's good, right? But also, I still don't expect them to be super packable. There is a specific upgrade pack that is dropping today that we're going to talk about in a minute. They will at least give us a better shot at these. The only thing I wish that they would have done with this Champions League team, since it was the UCL team and not like the Conference League or the Europa League squad is, I wish they would have left them in packs until Friday. Like, why not have them in packs until Friday with Ultimate TOTS? Or maybe that's EA's plan to re-release some of these cards during Ultimate TOTS, like the Europa League, Conference League, and Champions League cards. I think that would be the dream. But these cards are only in packs until tomorrow, Tuesday, an hour before the regular content drop time. So that's that. Those cards are out, but they are pretty expensive. Now, speaking of prices, this is what I want to talk about related to Ultimate Team of the Season. I know it's Monday. We have this full week left of Saudi League and MLS content ahead, but let's be honest, guys. What we're all really looking forward to right now is what's coming after this, because this week of content with the SBCs that are leaked, all the other actually lack of leaks that we don't have a whole lot right now. We're waiting until Thursday with the brand new season, those evolutions, all the hype with that, and then Friday for Ultimate TOTS. And the market kind of shows that. The market is showing signs of panic as people are starting to think already about what's coming on Friday. But this isn't a surprise. We knew this was coming. Take a look at Rafinha. Rafinha is 2 million coins flat. He was 2.8 mil on Saturday, 2 days ago. Mbappe's under 5. Lamine Yamal, who was 4.5 mil on Friday night, Saturday. We were saying sell these expensive cards. You guys know we were talking about this, right? He's now down 1 million coins. Crazy drops on a lot of these cards. But the reason this isn't a surprise is because it happens every single year for Ultimate Team of the Season, and that's why we had a couple days of a heads up, and we knew that this was going to happen. But first, why do prices crash, and what even is Ultimate TOTS? If you're new to FC25 or if you need a refresher, Ultimate TOTS is the re-release of the best cards from all the long weeks of Team of the Season of this promo that we have had so far. It's the most Ultimate TOTS cards all released in packs. Now, it's not everything released. We're not going to have hundreds and hundreds of TOTS cards in packs unless EA do something different this year. Usually what you have is a couple of key players from each league that have been released. So like for La Liga, you might have all three of these guys, Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, and Mbappe. They might throw in a defender from La Liga like Rudiger and a midfielder like Pedri, maybe a couple other players. It's usually like 4 to 5 to 6 players per league, which makes up a pretty big squad of players from all the different leagues we've had released, and it's Ultimate Team of the season. And it sounds awesome, right? This is last year's FC24 squad. You had the Messi, Haaland, Mbappe, Vinny, Jude Bellingham, Bonmati, Teo Hernandez, right? You go down, look how big this squad is. Look how many players are in packs. This was a really big squad last year, but this year, I think the squad might even be bigger because if you think about it, we've had so many leagues. We've had so many cards in packs during Team of the Season this year compared to previous years because we have 3 teams every single week. So I'm really curious to see if they do mix it up this year for Ultimate TOTS, and we're going to be watching the leaks and news and see if they're going to do something like that this week. But this sounds awesome, right? Oh, the best TOTS cards are in packs, but we know every single year what happens. The pack weight is cheeks. And of course, EA do throw in a couple of lower rated cards, some 94s, a couple 93s, and cards that are pretty cheap because sure, there's got to be some cards in packs that are a little more packable, right? But it doesn't mean that like just because they're only putting 97s and 96s in the main team of the season that they're going to be more packable. That's not what it means at all. So just kind of temper your expectations based off of that. It sounds great. Ultimate TOTS, all the best TOTS cards in packs. Yeah, well, they're still very difficult to pack, but it makes prices crash. Take a look at this Harry Kane card. Of course, last year during Bundesliga TOTS, he was 4 million coins. And people know that Ultimate TOTS, he's going to be re-released. He was the highest rated card in Bundesliga Team of the Season. Last year, Ultimate TOTS started on Friday the 31st. Harry Kane was 1.8 mil on that day. He had been crashing in price. He was down 1 million coins from the week before. People knew it was coming, and then he still got re-released in packs and went down to 800K within a day. Look, 1.8 mil the next day, next 2 days, he's down 1 million coins to 800K. So this card went from 4.1 mil to 800,000 coins in 2 weeks. That is what we are currently seeing with these cards from La Liga, from previous cards like this Retegui, who I packed during Serie A. Still a crazy card. I got to use him more. He's gone up a ton. He's went from 1.5 mil up to 2. He was 2.3 mil in the Friday night bubble. This is a great example of a card that you got to get out right now. Even though you see he's down from 2 mil to 1.7, 1.8. This dude is going to be dropping another couple 100,000 coins. And then, as he should get re-released in packs of Ultimate Team of the Season, he's going to drop even more. That's a card to be careful about. Virgil van Dijk, any TOTS card that is 95 rated or above is at risk for being re-released into Ultimate Team of the Season, meaning getting re-released in packs and having a huge drop in price. This is why people are panic selling right now. Now, of course, it's tough because you don't know who exactly is going to be getting in. And that's where kind of the situation becomes an issue where a guy like Ryan Gravenberch, does he get in? He's 470,000 coins right now. He's kind of on the borderline of, yeah, he could get in. EA could throw in a Ryan Gravenberch, or they could put in a Federico Valverde Team of the Season card, who's also 95 rated, but he's way cheaper, right? But he's still a 95 rated midfielder. So one of those could get in, one of those might not. They might both get in. Who knows? That's where I'm saying there's still a little bit of variability with this. We don't know what EA is going to do this year. But one thing we do watch out for every single year of this week of panic selling, when we do see the leaks, if a player is not released in the team, like this Goretzka card last year, he was getting panic sold, right? Like boom, crazy drops. He's expected to be re-released in the Ultimate TOTS. He doesn't get in. What happens? He goes from 800K up to 900. He goes up over 100,000 coins. But the price rise is short-lived because the next week, he's crashing big time. As we get into summer content, the same thing's going to happen this year. So just watch out for some panic selling this week. Maybe some TOTS cards. Maybe like somebody, I don't know, maybe Vinny doesn't get in. Maybe Pedri doesn't get in from the most recent La Liga TOTS that's fresh in our minds. That, of course, left packs last week. Or maybe if you go back to Bundesliga Team of the Season, they don't put in like Olise, who's been one of the most hyped cards this year. Maybe he doesn't get in. Maybe that means he drops this week, but then he rebounds back up. Maybe it's Florian Wirtz. Maybe it's Musiala. That's the sort of thing you want to watch out for in terms of the market. But as we mentioned, and as we kind of looked at that Harry Kane graph, prices are going to continue to fall on most of these 95 plus rated Team of the Season cards until we get to Thursday, to Friday, and we get some news about who is going to be in Ultimate Team of the Season. So that's kind of what to expect on the market. And, speaking of the market, just a shade more. I know not everybody's super interested in the market. I do believe that some of the price drops you saw yesterday can be attributed to some people selling cards because the new PSG team is very hype. But I think you're going to see the continuation of the sell-off of most things. Like, look at Putea. She was 1.8. Now she's 1.4 mil. She was even a little bit lower than that yesterday. She was down in the 1.3s. Like, I do believe you had a bit of extra sell-off after content because people were selling a few of these expensive TOTS cards to go try out the new UCL PSG players. But I think you're going to see a slow drop throughout the rest of the week on basically everything in the market. Now, if you want to trade right now, I would go out of packs. I go for the special card flips. Like, personally, I just picked up a couple of Luis Suarez for 1.26 because I just think this is a card that could end up rising up today because people really want to try him. He was 1.7, 1.8 mil to start today yesterday. So this is like one of my quick flips for an Impacts card that we're going to try to go for today. I don't know why this guy bid 1.36 on Luis Suarez because he's been 1.3 and under, but like that's the sort of quick flip that I'm going to be doing today. Of course, out of packs are great to trade with. These UCL cards are going to be great to trade with as well because they're super rare. It's just going to come down to timing. Now, let's talk about more content and leak related issues heading into a day of Monday content today where it's looking kind of bleak, to be honest, with the SBCs that are leaked, except we finally know who our next icon player SBC is going to be. Guys, we've been talking about this. We haven't had an icon player SBC in ages. But the leaked name of the player that has been chosen by our E-Champions League winner, Emre Yilmaz, is Robin Van Persie. Is that hype is the question. Van Persie has had an SBC already this year. That was his only other promo icon card. But really now all we're waiting on is when is this SBC going to be released? I'm assuming it's going to be leaked. I'm assuming it'll be leaked with official stats. Most of the time, these sort of SBCs are. So we're kind of waiting for that. But it should be this week. I don't know if it would be today, if it would be at some point later on, maybe as late as this coming weekend. That'd be like the latest possible date in my opinion, because usually like EA posted about this themselves. Hopefully they don't take too long to drop it. However, it is Robin Van Persie who's going to be getting the card. Emre won and he chose, and that's who he chose. This version of Van Persie, a lot of people did. I do remember this. Finesse and first touch, 400,000 coins for him. I mean, they did give him a pretty good pace boost and an okay dribbling boost and a 5-star weak foot from his base icon card. But hopefully this Van Persie that we get is like 95 or 96 rated, somewhere in there. And if you go a +5 boost on this card, like you're talking really high shooting and dribbling, decent passing, and hopefully pretty usable pace. And if they give him 4 play style pluses, this could slap. I'm going to expect 3 play style pluses though, and I'm going to think it's just going to be an okay SBC. We'll have to see what it is as it's leaked and as it ends up getting released. So if that's hype for you, that's incoming. But I think for most of us, Robin Van Persie was not like the #1 card maybe we hoped. I think a lot of people were really hoping for Vidic. That would have been a great one, but Van Persie is his choice. The rest of Monday content today, like I said, I do not have high hopes. Last week Monday was kind of quiet. We don't have any like fantasy upgrades that we are supposed to be looking for this week. We don't really have a lot of SBCs expiring. We don't have any Evo leaks. That would be the one thing that could change today, guys. Evo leaks, because Mondays in the previous weeks of Team of the Season have given us some pretty good Evos, but upgrade packs today, as we already mentioned, bring an interesting situation. Of course, the 81 plus pick goes away. The 82 plus should be coming back. We liked the 82 plus from a couple of weeks ago, but I'm going to be really interested in this pack. The premium upgrade pack this week of the league specific pack is MLS, Saudi League, Syria, or League One. Of course, the way EA coded this was to include Team of the Season cards that are in packs right now and the League One PSG Road to the Final winners. Of course, they included Syria just in case Inter won as well. This is a really intriguing upgrade pack because it's specific. I wish Syria wasn't in it. If it was just League One, MLS, and Saudi League, this pack would be super OP. But I'm going to try some of these today just because I'm super curious at this selection of players with the Saudi and MLS TOTS cards and packs and the PSG cards. I don't think there's a good chance, but I think there's at least a decent chance. Like, when do you have the opportunity to hit an upgrade pack that has 3 different teams of promo cards potentially being able to be packed from it? Like, that's not a common thing. So 9 rares, 2 common golds is what you should need for that upgrade pack incoming today. So I'm going to be hitting some of those. I've already been opening some crafting upgrades to get gold rares in my club. I've got a lot of cold commons in my club too. Actually, I've noticed the 77 times 5s here, they're not terrible. I like them better than the 81 plus picks, but the grind packs, like the grinding packs where you put in the bronze cards, I've actually got a decent amount of fodder from those, and you still get a lot of commons that then you can rinse into other SBCs like player picks or these crafting upgrades. So I'm kind of a fan of those grinding upgrades too. But again, those are like a lot of the pack grind right now, which is kind of annoying and kind of like, maybe some of us are over it. I know that I feel that sometimes myself, like, man, I'm over just the grind of trying to rip as many packs as possible. We've been doing it all during Team of the Season. There's so many packs, even the 84 7s, the 83 times 14s, the 86 plus picks every single day. It's hard to like get it all done because it's that motivation of the pack weight not feeling that good is the biggest motivation against opening all these packs. Now, these new ones coming today with the premiums and the new 82 plus picks are at least a little bit interesting, but hopefully something changes with those today, and hopefully the wait for those is good, because if it is, it could end up being a decently fun week to craft on this game. But nonetheless, what we should really expect today content-wise are those upgrade packs, maybe an evolution. Watch out for leaks related to that. And then, of course, if you look at this elite SBC objective list of players, guys, we've seen almost everybody. That was probably the most popular. Al-Jawayar, we have not seen the white card. Worrell. I think we've seen everybody else. There's really not a lot that's incoming this week for SBCs. It's going to be very quiet. Evolutions could maybe be the only thing that could bring some hype back, but at least we have a really nice cup, and we still have some other Evos that have been out to grind. Like, I got to finish some evolutions myself. I'm kind of behind on the foot champ situation here. And it would be a very good week to get ahead of the game and get some rivals games in, because this is the last week of this season. You really want to get the reward upgrade to maybe save those packs for Ultimate Team of the Season, depending on what EA do. And the new season comes out, so you're going to get relegated at least 1 or 2 divisions, which means you're probably going to have your best chance, like for me, probably going to try to dip into Division 2 here and get those upgraded rewards so that they get kicked back to Division 4. We're going to talk about that, of course, as we go later on throughout this week, but that's just kind of stuff to consider as we head into today on a Monday. Now, hey, EA could surprise us. We could have something go crazy today, but I'm not expecting that much. We will just have to see. We'll be live streaming, of course, as we get to the content drop time today with our trades here with the Suarez. We'll see if he ends up doing bits for us today. And of course, we'll be ripping some upgrade packs and seeing if EA have any surprises for us, and be watching all of the leaks. We'll keep you guys up to date and in the know with everything related to Ultimate TOTS, the paid versus the free season pass stuff. We talked about that over the weekend. We're going to be talking about that more this week. But again, all that I'm talking about, Thursday and Friday type content, and what's going to happen between now and then, we'll just have to see. If you enjoyed today's video, guys, drop a thumbs up on it, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you are new. Have a great Monday, great start to the week, and I'll see you in the streams today. It's been TheFutAccountant. Catch you guys there. Peace out.